Hi, editing me here. So I just want to pop in really quickly and say I'm doing a project pan. I completely forgot to film an intro, I think. Or I just the larger clip of this video doesn't have an intro on it because I changed my camera angle and so I basically restarted the whole video, but I didn't film another intro. So hi, I'm doing a project pan in this video, so I'm just gonna show all the products that I'm doing. I used all of them to do my makeup that day, and so I'm just kind of doing a project pan, seeing how much I can get through, doing what needs to be done. So yeah, this is me doing a project pan. Forgot an intro. Okay, all right. Okay, so first things first is my eyebrow products because I do brows first. So I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. This is my brow product. The reason I use this is just because the first brow product I ever used was the Dip Brow Gel. I got a little sample of it, and I had ordered a brow pencil, but it was too light and too gray for my personal eyebrow color, so I couldn't use it. But then I got the Anastasia Beverly Hills little sample, and it worked fine. So I have the Dip Brow gel, and I also have this. So once I finish this, I'll definitely move on to the other Dip Brow because I literally haven't opened it. I just have it. But yeah, so I've already hit pan on it. I'm like a real YouTuber. I already hit pan on it. In case you can see, it's I hit pan on it in the center because I really dug into the center. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to use this up because I've already had it for about a year, I think, and this is as far as I've gone. But I think for me only having this for a year, I've made pretty good products. I've seen people who use this and they use it literally forever and it just never goes down. But I feel also there's a lot of it kicked up on the sides and in the actual cap because I like to dab a lot of it off because I still kind of go for a more fluffier, more natural brow than a really sculpted brow, but I do use that to do that. And then I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills clear brow gel. I bought this the same time I bought that. This is definitely gonna go away sooner, but it seems a little bit drier than when I first got it. However, I scrape off 90% of this before I ever actually put it on my brows, so it's gonna last me a pretty long while, but I do think that it's running down, so there's that. Next thing is my primer. So this is the Milk Hydro Grip primer. This is the full size, and so I have this much left. And for me, the thing about me doing this project pan is that I hope that I can use my products because I keep forgetting to use this. I've had this for a really long time. I've definitely had it past the shelf life, but I just want to use it up because I've been doing makeup a lot more recently because I've had events to go to, and I like doing my makeup. If you look at my Instagram, I do makeup looks, but I don't ever wear makeup out the house. I don't know, I just put it on, take pictures, wash it all off. But anyway, I've been there's been 10 times recently that I've done my makeup and I've literally forgotten to use this. So I hope that me putting this in a project pan makes me actually use it because I need to use this. I need to finish it up before it goes bad. Next thing is the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. I have mine in the shade G5, and I don't know how much of this it is. I've literally tried shining a flashlight through on multiple occasions, and I literally you cannot see through this tube. I'm almost positive that the tube itself is colored the same color as the foundation, because no matter if I keep it up or if it lays flat, it doesn't go down. I literally don't know how much product is in here. I assume I'm about halfway through this because I do use kind of a lot and it is rather thin. So I think that I'm about halfway done with this. I don't know how much longer it's gonna take me. I think, well, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to finish this, but I hope that I finish it soon. The next thing I have is the Glossier, what is this? Stretch Concealer. I have it in G7 because I like to have a highlighted look. I should have gotten it in the same shade to go around my mouth and blemishes and stuff, because it's pretty full coverage despite its balm texture. But anyway, this is how much of this is whoa. it looks insane because like I don't know how much of this is left, but I assume that like I can't be very far from hitting pan because like you can't see this, but, like from this angle, like I keep putting my hand over it because the ring light is like shining like directly through, like in the center where it's dipped the most, like if you can tell, like I can basically see straight through this because of my light. So maybe I'm closer to hitting pan on this than I realize, I don't know, but like I feel like you can't really make, like you don't really see how much progress you make with a product until you actually hit pan on it, so we'll see. But I really like this concealer. I think it like is the perfect texture. I think it like is super lightweight without being like it's pretty good coverage, so without being too heavy, so I really like it. Moving on, I have liquid blush. I put my liquid blush on before I put on my powder, so there's that. So I have the Glossier. I don't know if you noticed, I like Glossier. I ordered a lot of stuff from them in the Glossier. So I have the Glossier Cloud Paint in the color Dawn. It's like a really pretty orange. As you can see, I put it on underneath my powder and my powder blush. I really like this. I think it's really nice. I think that if you're like my skin tone or fairer, you definitely don't need a lot of this to put all over your cheeks. Like I think like I'm at the point where like I literally like, because like it's a quite runny consistently, some of it is always in the cap, I'm to the point where like I'm literally like taking like it straight out and just kind of dabbing it on, and whatever gets on my hands what I use, and even that's too much sometimes. So I feel like it's gonna take me a little bit to get through this, but I also feel like it's weird, like sometimes depending on like how I'm using it, it goes from being like full pigment to like me barely being able to see it. I think it's more pigmented because lately I've been forgetting to use it underneath my powder, so I'll powder my entire base and be like, oh, I forgot to use my liquid blush, and so like I'll put it on over my powder. It doesn't ruin my face, like it sits nicely on top of powder, but it does have, but I feel like for some odd reason, I guess because I'm not putting like two different powders on top of it and then putting bronzer and then putting blush on top of it and then putting highlighter on top of it, it's able to like peek through a little bit more because I'm not putting as many products on top of it, so I do have to use less because of that, but I don't have to use that much anyway, so I really don't know how long this is gonna last, but hopefully through my project I can get through this. I've gotten through one. I have to look at the shade, but I had the purple one before, and that's the one that I used, so yeah. So then moving on to setting powder. So I have two setting powders. I have a loose powder and a pressed powder. So we have, there's a little bit of this in the cap, but this is the e.l.f. HD powder, and I'm just going to pat it down. If you look, I'm about a little bit over halfway through with it. It doesn't lay all the way flat, but like if you look, I'm about like here, so I'm about halfway through. I don't know how long. I feel like I've had this powder for a really long time too, but I know I haven't had it that long, like especially because I haven't been doing my makeup a lot recently because I didn't have my desk set up and everything. Like I haven't had it for that long, and so I know that I'm not gonna like, it's not gonna last me like a whole bunch more time, but I don't know, I really like the formula. I feel like sometimes, since it's like an HD powder and it's like translucent, it's actually called sheer, like sometimes it makes my face a little bit too bright, but I do put like I do put it like a colored pressed powder over it, so it's okay. But I do really like this powder. So yeah, I think there's a hair stuck in my lip gloss. It's okay. So the next thing I have is the Becca Light Shifter Finishing Veil in 4 Vapor. I'm so sad that this is discontinued. I have 2 of this, so I have a backup for this, but like after this I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I really do like this formula. I've already hit pan on this, like I don't know if you can see, but like right in the middle I've already hit pan, and then on the, is there, it doesn't appear to be a hand, but anyway, so like I've already hit pan like here in the center, and then like off of the side, like you can see kind of like the little squares of the pan. So I've already hit pan on this, so we're gonna see how long it takes me to like completely use it up. It's gonna take me a while, like I already know it's gonna take me a while. It's gonna take me a while. I already know it's gonna take me a while. It's taking me over a year of me using this every single time I do my makeup for me to even get this far. So like I know it's gonna take me a while, but also like I feel like products like I always I'm always like, oh, it's gonna take me a while, and like once you hit pan on a product, I feel like the product goes so fast that it's insane. So then next I have to take basically everything out of here. The next thing I have is this e.l.f. bronzer palette. This is what I use for bronzer. So this is in deep bronzer. You can't see that. Anyway, this palette has been used in reviews. First of all, I broke the mirror, which is why there's tape, because I literally broke the mirror, and so I taped it up so I wouldn't have to like take the top off, because obviously I didn't want glass in my bronzer. But if you like look, it used to be 4 shades. I've used up all 3 of the shades completely, and I've already hit pan on this one, so I don't think that this bronzer palette is gonna last me that much longer. I think by the end of the year I'll definitely, maybe even like in the next like few months, I'll definitely be parting ways with this palette. I've had this palette for a good time. If you know you're looking for a cheap bronzer, I would, you know, recommend this. It is a pretty good bronzer. It has a nice formula, and if you're like my shade, you know, there's 4 formulas. There's like there's some that are like warmer, some that are cooler. However, if you don't like shimmer in your makeup, like shimmer in your bronzers, wouldn't recommend this, because I'm pretty sure there was shimmer in all but one of the shades. I think the first shade that I used didn't have shimmer in it, but the rest of the shades did. So if you don't like shimmer in your bronzer, like there's like, I don't know if you can, let me see if I can swatch it. Yeah, there's already glitter on my hand, so you can't really tell, but there's definitely like shimmer particles in the bronzer. So yeah, if you don't, but also like it's not really that deep. Like I'm normally like foundation concealer shade wise, I'm normally at like the end of the tan category, and so normally there's like a deep category, like a deep and a deep dark category that comes after my like shades and stuff. So the fact that this is like the deepest bronzers that they have, and like I'm telling you, this palette, like all of these worked for me. Like I used all of them. So yeah, if you're deeper than me, this is not gonna work on you, but if you're about my shade, you'll have 4 pretty bronzers that will work nicely on your skin. And some of them are a little bit like cooler, some of them are a little bit more orange. So like I probably should have like used these like sparingly. Like I should use like 2 of them like during the winter time, and like 2 of them during the summertime once I got a tan. But I just kind of like dug into one and just like started. So yeah, I'm almost done. Moving on, next we have blush, and my blush palette is actually, it doesn't fit in here because it's humongous, but I actually like do have a blush. It's quite, so I'm using the blush which is from the, what is this, the blush binder by Crayon Case. You have no idea how much I wanted this, and it took me like forever to get it, because every single time I go on the website to buy it, it'd be sold out, and I used to be so upset. But I finally got my hands on it, and it's, first of all, it's huge. It's huge, and the blush pans are huge. In order to match the cloud paint that I'm using this shade right here. I'm not gonna hit pan on this. Like this, I'm just gonna rotate through this. Like honestly, once I finish up this, I'm actually even gonna move on to a different blush palette, because I have another blush palette that I really want to try, because I've heard the formula is really good. But this is just like, there's so many, and like there's so many like options. Like there's 18 pans of blush in here, and they're all huge, and it's so pigmented. Like it's super pigmented. Like they're super pigmented. Like it doesn't look super pigmented in this swatch, but I promise, like I dug into this like my old blush, like my regular blush, tapped it, put it on my face. When I tell you, well, I actually was using the purple shade because I used the purple cloud paint before this, so I was using the purple shade. Like it's the same thing with the orange one too, but the purple shade, just because I feel like purple is such a drastic color. When I tell you, I tapped my brush and like it was a regular blush. Like I had been using like the NYX Sweet Cheeks blushes before. I had used like those, and I had used like e.l.f. blushes and stuff. So I tapped until like it was a regular blush. I put it on my face. I looked like an absolute clown. Like I'm telling you, blush, I looked so insane. So like you really don't need a lot of this, and so like I'm literally never gonna hit pan I'm never gonna hit pan on it. Like, the only difference between these is that like like embossing has gone down slightly. Like, I'm literally never gonna hit pan on this. I'm never gonna run out of blushes, which is like, blush is my favorite product, so I probably will buy more blushes, but like there's no need for me to have more blush. Moving on next to highlighter. Oh my gosh, I cannot get this open between my nails. It's so annoying. Hold on. Okay, so moving on to highlighter. I have the e.l.f. Baked highlighter, and this is Apricot Glow. It's really pretty. It has a really nice like sheen to it. It's this one right here. It has it's a baked highlighter, so it's really like soft, really pigmented. I have it on right now. It looks really nice, has really nice glow. This, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this either. Fortunately, this is currently, I have this, and then I have the Space Age highlighters from Kaleidos, and those are the only highlighters in my collection right now. And since I have the entire collection, so like a lot of those are like super glittery, super colorful, so like for an everyday basis, this is what I wear. I don't know if you can really tell, but the dome's kind of like flattened, so it's not as like high up and like circular as it once was. But I mean, I definitely really haven't made much progress with this, and so it's not, I'm not hopeful. I'm hoping, I don't have any hopes to hit pan or anything, so we're just going to see. I have finished one highlighter up in my life, but it also like started like hard panning and like breaking towards the end of its life. So I can't really even say that I completely like finished that up. But also I'll probably switch this out once I finish my blush, because it has like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like, because it's apricot, it has like a really like orange, like peachy orange undertone. And so once I finish this, I'm gonna use a different blush palette which has like pinks and purples in it, and so like this highlighter isn't gonna fit as well. So I think I'm just gonna like put this in and see how much progress I can make until I finish up my cloud paint, and then I have to move on from like having a highlighter that's like pretty orange. So moving on, I forgot to mention this product. Okay, I completely forgot about this. This is like another concealer that I use. It's the ColourPop No Filter concealer, and it's in dark 46, and I use this as a color corrector. I actually was gonna buy, I think it was dark 42 is like my perfect like skin tone shade, and I just wanted to buy that to like be able to cover things up. But I actually bought dark 46, and so it's too deep for me and it's too red for me, like it's like orange. So I use this like underneath my eyes and like around my mouth, and like on the sides of my nose as a color corrector, and so that's how I like to use this. And I'm pretty close to being empty. Like, I don't know if you can see, but the doe foot is like super dry whenever I take it out, so I'm pretty close to finishing it. I don't know if you can see, like there's a little part like in here where you can see like these parts up here are empty, and so I'm pretty sure the product's just like down to the bottom, so I should be like done with this. And I probably would like repurchase this. I really like it. It has a really nice formula. It really is, and it's really nice for what I use it for. And since like I don't think like a Glossier has like a red undertone like this, I probably might repurchase it, or maybe I'll repurchase like a different concealer that has like a similar tone. Anyway, moving on, I want to talk about setting spray. So this is the Milani Make It Last Original Natural Finish setting spray with 16-hour wear. So as you can see, I'm at the very bottom. Like, I feel like within a month this will be done, and so like if I finish this before like the next project Mint update, I'm gonna be switching to the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I have a mini of it because I wanted to try it for a long time. Yeah, but it's like I'm like really close to finishing it, and so yeah, I'm really excited. I do like it. I think it doesn't give that much of a natural finish though, and I feel like it's also like not that great. Like, I think it's nice if you're wearing your makeup like out, but like it doesn't really make your makeup like transfer because I wore this like several times when I wore like my makeup like underneath like a mask, and so like it was transferring onto my mask. It wasn't really working that well, but I mean it's good, it's refreshing, it's nice or whatever, but like I feel like there's better setting sprays out on the market, so I probably won't be repurchasing this once it's done. Moving on. So moving on, next we have eyes. So we have this, yeah, we have this eyeshadow primer. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer. It came with some of the palettes that I had, so for free, because I had to throw away my other eyeshadow primer. I was using the e.l.f. putty primer, and it just got old and stopped being putty and malleable, and it got really hard, so I just threw it away. And I thought the amount of this that I use is so minimal, and even the amount that I squeeze onto my hand always ends up being too much. So with this, I feel like I'm gonna have this forever. Like I feel like I'm gonna have this for an insanely long amount of time. I don't think I'm ever gonna get through this anytime soon, but I would like to be able to make progress. And like, because I can't see through this, and because it's like full of air, like I don't really know how much of the product I have left. Also, I just want to say this, like I know that Anastasia Beverly Hills has been going through some stuff, and they've said some things that seem to be in support of Russia with the whole Russia, Ukraine, and the war going on over there. So I just want to say, like, I bought all these products I've had for at least a year, and so I don't really support Anastasia Beverly Hills. Like now I'm taking a break from them. I don't really know how they responded to that whole thing, so I'm kind of taking a break from their products, and I don't want it to seem like I'm like promoting like go out and get Anastasia Beverly Hills, but like it's what I have and I'm using what I have and I want to use my stuff up. I don't want it to go bad because I paid good money for it, you know. So then moving on to eyeshadow. So I have two palettes that I want to show. So first things first, I'm going to show is this is so old. This is the Colorful 5 Sunrise to Sunset bronze palette from Sephora, and it's like 7 years old. And so like the only reason that this is in my project pan is because I really want to see how far I can get with this middle shade, because it's just like glitter. Like I don't know if you can see on my eyes, but I have on my lids, and it's like straight glitter. The palette's actually not that bad, but like the one matte like does not work. Like I've literally like if I rub my finger and it doesn't work, I'm like scraped at it doesn't work, and the other shimmers are just fine, so I don't really use them. I like the glitter in the middle, but I just want to see how far I can get with that, because I've already like hit pan on it because I really like using it, but I just want to see how far I can get. And then the other palette I'm putting in is the Mini Nubian by Juvias Place. So if we take a look at this palette, it is beat up. I've hit pan on half the shade in this palette, and so basically my goal now is to hit pan on this shade. Like once I hit pan on this shade here in the corner, it's over. Like I don't want to, like I'm just gonna put this up. I've loved this palette down. Like as you can see, I've literally hit pan on 3 shades. Like the reason why I've hit so much pan on this shade is because I've used it like as highlighter. Like sometimes I'll like it like has like a kind of like, it's really light and it almost adds like a blue hue to the face. So sometimes I'll use it like on my like nose highlight to really make it like pop and to really make it stand out. But other than that, like I don't really know. I'm gonna use this. I've been using that other shade on my lid instead of this. I've been using this just like on my lower lash line to like give that a little bit of a pop. But you know, I'm gonna start using this more, and I'm gonna retire this palette from the project pan once I hit pan on this shade right here. So moving on, next thing is eyeliner and mascara. So this, I'm using the e.l.f. what is this, waterproof eyeliner pen. This is like my tried and true. I love this eyeliner pen. The only other eyeliner pen that I like as much as this one, I like the Physicians Formula one. I got that one because we were like having a sale on Ulta, so I bought it. I really like it, but it's on a felt tip. It's like a fiber tip, and so like sometimes it's a little bit weird, but I do like that. But this is like really nice. It's really nice and black. It has a pretty like, what's the word, like pointy felt tip. I like it. It has one of those like balls in it, so like it sounds like it's coming, like it's getting less full. Like just from like the sound I can tell that it's not as full as it once was, but it's nowhere near the end. So we're gonna see how long it takes me to finish up that. And then the next thing for mascara, I have the Huda Beauty Legit lashes. So I put on one coat of each on my top lashes, and then I put one coat of the curl and lash side on the bottom lash, and it really does make a big difference. Like I have pretty short lashes, but it really does make them stand out. Like you can't tell right now because I have lashes on, but I really do like how this makes my lashes look. I don't think I'm gonna get through this anytime soon because I just bought it in March, but I already had, but there was another mascara that I had that was open, so I didn't start using it until like April or May. I think it was April when I started using this, so I've only had it for about 2 months, so I don't know how like much, how I'm gonna like use it really, how I'm gonna like use it. And I feel like I'm using it even less because like versus like before, I guess they're like smaller, so it's like less mascara, but I used to use like 2 coats of mascara on like each, and now I'm using like 1 coat of this, 1 coat of that. So we'll see how quickly I can get through this, but this is pretty new. And then we're moving on to the lips. So for lips, first things first, this looks like a palette. This is a Morphe palette. This is the Morphe 9D. However, this palette is busted. I'm trying to like cover the mirror, but like as you can see, this shade fell out, this shade like, oh my gosh, as you can see, like this shade like broke and the shade like fell out, like the whole pan fell out. And so and like I just don't really like the vibe of this palette anymore. Like I feel like I have palettes, oh okay, doesn't look that bad. These lashes are wonky though, like they're like wonky, I don't know why, but anyway. But like if you can see like this like bottom shade, like this bottom brown shade, I use this as lip liner all over my lips. So like basically until I'm done with that, I'm just gonna throw the palette away. Like it's a nice dark brown eyeshadow that I use for lip liner, and once that's done, the palette can honestly go in the trash. Like I don't use it anymore. I've had it for a super long time, like half, like literally some of the shades have literally some of the shades have literally popped out. So like once that's done, I really don't have much of a reason to like keep going. I'm slowly packing all of my stuff up because I don't want it like everywhere. This is in the drawer. I have quite a bit of makeup. I'm gonna start putting stuff back up now that I've gotten to the end, and then I don't have to like pick up product. But anyway, oh, that's over here. Okay, and then that's lash glue. And then for my lip stick, we have the ColourPop Lippy Stick in Wessie, and it's like let me put it on. It's like this really like cool toned purpley pink, and I don't really like the way it looks on my lips without a lip liner, so I've been using it like with a lip liner. Well, the lip liner that I use. And I have the big box of the lippy sticks, which tangent, I'm so upset because they rebranded them, and so like it's like clear so you can see like the twisting mechanism in them, and like the outside packaging, instead of being white, like matches the shade of the lipstick. And I'm so upset that I bought this already. Like I'm actually so mad at myself for buying it because like the new packaging and the new way that they look is so much cuter. But I digress. I have the big box of lippy sticks from ColourPop. I have the Vault set, and this is just my least favorite color because it's like, it's kind of a nude, but it's also like not like a brighter, bold enough color for like it to be like a colorful lip. So I just like decided that this was gonna be my, like, this is my least favorite from the set, so I just had to like use it up. So yeah, I don't think I've made that much progress on it. Like yeah, like this is not even all the way rolled up, and as you can see, I don't want to roll these all the way up because they're kind of like weird and don't like to roll back down, but I still have a lot of this left, so I don't know how much progress I'm gonna make with this, but I really want to try and finish it. Like I really want to try and get through this. So then last but not least is this gloss. This is the Rouge Cocoa Gloss by Chanel. It's a Chanel gloss. It's in the color 722. I used to have a different shade. It was like a brownie, or was that one purple? I always get the confused because they're like basically the same shade. One of them is just a little bit more brown, one of them's a little bit more purple. And so unless you have them side by side, you can't really tell. I don't know if this is the more brown or the more purple one. I can't really remember. But Chanel has a really good gloss formula. These are like some of my favorite glosses. My favorite gloss of all time is the Fenty gloss. I don't have any of those because I have so many lip glosses that I'm trying to get through. Like, I just want to get through some of them. But the Fenty glosses are my favorite gloss formula of all time. This is a close second though. I really do like these. My mom bought these because they had like a little like red pouch that they were doing that like you could buy like the pouch, and it came with lip glosses, so she just gave me the lip glosses. Yeah, I think, okay, oh my gosh, it's like kind of empty. Like I'm like so, like if you can see, I'm like scraping around, and like if you can see, because of like the light, it's like kind of empty. Like majority of the product is like down here, so I should be able to finish it relatively soon, and I can move on to a different gloss. So yeah, I guess I can like show the color of the gloss. I think this is the more purple one. Yeah, so it's like a really pretty nudie kind of purpley gloss. It's really pretty. I really like it and enjoy it. So I'm gonna see how much of that I can use up. So that is my project pan. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications if you want to know when I post, because if you are seeing this video, maybe you do, maybe you like me, maybe you don't. Leave a comment down below. I will probably respond because I don't give any comments. But yeah, I'll check in with my progress in a month and we'll see how good everything was. So I'll see you in the next video. Or if you want me to do a makeup, or if, you know, by miracle people actually see this and want a makeup tutorial, I can do that. So whatever, moving on. So yeah, thank you for watching my video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and click the bell notification so you don't miss when I upload, because I've been uploading pretty often. So yeah, thanks, bye.